Hey, set your mind right now. Nothing before this matters. We came here with everything still on the line. Everything you wanted in the offseason is still out in front of us. What would you give for that moment right now? Let's go, man.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Yo, what is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex. I am back with yet another video for you guys. In this video, guys, we're going to be talking about cornerback James Bradberry, whether or not I think it would be a good move for the Raiders to bring this guy in. Before I get started on that, though, anybody that is new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, let's jump right into it. Now, should the Raiders sign James Bradberry, cornerback out of the New York Giants? It looks like James Bradberry will likely be cut here soon by the New York Giants. They were trying to trade him, it seemed like, but ultimately it seems like the trade market for a cornerback like him is not very hot right now. So more than likely they will be parting ways with James Bradberry here soon. So should the Las Vegas Raiders make a move for this guy? Should we consider bringing him in this team to add to the cornerback position on this team? Let's talk about it. Now, at a glance, it seems like this might be a perfect situation, a perfect fit for a guy like James Bradberry, just due to the fact that he's been with Patrick Graham in New York for the past couple years. They got that relationship, that chemistry, that familiarity with one another. And also, I will say, I still think we are thin at the cornerback position. I don't think we addressed it as ideally as I wanted it to be addressed in the draft. We got a couple of UDFAs. Pretty hard to rely on UDFAs, you know, to make a contribution to your team. So, like I said, I think we're pretty thin at the cornerback position. I definitely want us to bring in another piece or two to add to the secondary on this team, just because. So look, right now we got Rocky Sin. He's solid, but is he a true number one? You know, that is to be seen. It's hard to tell, and honestly, I wouldn't want to rely on Rocky Sin being the number one guy. We got Trayvon Mullen too. I think Trayvon Mullen can definitely be a great number two for this team, especially in that press man-to-man coverage. The thing with Trayvon Mullen is those injuries have really hampered his career. So I think Trayvon Mullen is also somebody that is going to be pretty hard to rely on as well. And also we got Anthony Averett, who's pretty solid as well, but you know, this is not a number one cornerback either. So like I said, I think we're pretty thin at the position. We still got other guys like Darius Phillips, and but I don't know how much of a contribution he's going to be making. Nate Hobbs, I want us to keep him at slot cornerback. I don't want us to move him to the outside, just because if you look in college, that's usually where he got beat, on the outside. So I just don't see that transition being there for a guy like Nate Hobbs. So when it comes to James Bradberry, it really just depends on how much man-to-man coverage we think we're going to be running on defense. I mean, me personally, I was of the thought process that we're going to be running a lot of man-to-man coverage just based on the personnel we have right now at the cornerback position. You look at Trayvon Mullen, I think he's the guy who's going to excel in man-to-man coverage. Same with Rocky Sin, and also Anthony Averett. I think that's his strong suit, is man-to-man coverage opposed to zone coverage. Now, with that being said, shout out to Raiders Film for making a video a couple weeks ago, you know, actually talking about this subject on James Bradberry. They basically, you know, if you haven't checked it out, check out their video. They go more into detail about this, but basically it showed that James Bradberry tends to struggle as a man-to-man coverage cornerback. His strength is zone coverage, so it really just depends how much, you know, man-to-man zone coverage we're going to be running. If Patrick Graham is, you know, planning on mixing it up a little bit, running a decent amount of zone coverage, then, you know, this would be a smart move to pick up James Bradberry, just because he's familiar with Patrick Graham, his system. Like I said, zone coverage is his strength. So it really just depends what type of personnel we're going to be running the majority of the season. Because yeah, if he plans to run a whole lot of man-to-man coverage, I personally do not want James Bradberry, even though he's a nice name out there. But like I said, I think cornerback is definitely still a need for this team. I want us to add at least one or two more pieces via free agency at the cornerback position before the season starts. Also, if we do end up, you know, if we are interested in signing a guy like this, it's kind of tricky because the cap situation right now, at least according to Spot Track, I saw earlier that, you know, we got like negative amount of money in cap space, which I don't know how accurate that is, but you know, either way, if we're going to make a move for James Bradberry or any other free agent for that matter, I think we're going to be doing it post June 1st. We're going to have about $20 million in cap space freed up, and that's where it can get tricky too, because if the Giants end up releasing him here soon and another team offers him a contract before June 1st, then you know there might be a chance that he signs with the other team. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. But ultimately, man, I think cornerback is definitely a position of need for this team. I want us to add another cornerback. I also was looking at the cornerbacks available at the moment. I don't really love the names I'm seeing out there, so James Bradberry might be a guy that we really need to look at, and he might be a good fit for this system. Like I said, it really just depends how much man-to-man, how much zone Patrick Graham plans on running with this team. But ultimately, if we do sign him, I feel like it'll be because Patrick Graham really understands that we could definitely use this guy. He would be a good fit for this system. And ultimately, there's not going to be anybody that knows James Bradberry better than his former defensive coordinator. So like I said, if we do end up signing him, I would be pretty confident that it would end up working out for us on defense. But like I said, I think cornerback is still a need for this team. You know, let me know in the comments down below if you guys want us to sign James Bradberry at the cornerback position. And if you don't, you know, give me some names, because like I said, I was kind of looking at the free agency list, and you know, I don't really love the names that are still available out there. But you know, with that being said, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.